Hello and welcome back to another episode of Overkill Trading. We got Bitcoin selling off today, 94,000, just under 95,000. It's a level we are sitting at. We lost our support right here at 103,000, which we were talking about a couple weeks ago when we bottomed right there. We said, hey, this thing needs to hold on to this level right here, bottom of that wick. And you can see it broke down, and we are now going lower. So targets right now for Bitcoin, I am looking to pick Bitcoin up at 80,000. I would like to pick it up at 80,000. We don't have to guess. We don't have to make any assumptions. We can simply just use our indicator to let us know when the bottom is going to be. I am still watching the weekly chart like an absolute hawk right now. I think the weekly chart for cryptocurrency and altcoins is going to be the most important chart out of all of them right now, because you could see that the last time this blue wave was down here on Bitcoin, you see that? See how deep it was all the way back here in April. Okay, April 14th. Okay, what was that? 5 months ago, we got that signal, that green dot on Bitcoin. That came at around 83,000, and it rocket shipped all the way up there to around 120. So all we got to do is sit and wait, guys. We don't have to sit here and try to guess a bottom. I keep getting a lot of questions like, hey, where's things going to bottom? Where are things going to bottom? It's going to bottom when you get the signal. I'm not here to guess. I'm not here to make assumptions. I'm here to listen to the indicator. I'm here to listen to the AI. We don't have to guess. We just simply have to wait and be patient. Okay, the bleeding is going to stop when these green dots come. When is that going to happen? I don't know. I can sit here and say maybe 1 to 3 weeks, 1 to 4 weeks, but we won't really know until it happens. So on Bitcoin's chart, we are looking for that green dot like an absolute hawk. So it could come all the way down to 80,000 and still be very, very bullish. So it's sitting right here at 95. That is a big level. I saw something about there was a CME gap at like 92 or something. But just what Bob said here in the chat, guys. Just what Bob said here in the chat. He said, is everyone ready to throw in the towel? Are you guys ready to quit? Are you ready to walk away? Are you ready to just say, screw it, I'm done? Okay. Fear and greed index, 22. Warren Buffett says, buy the fear. Buy the fear. Okay. Don't sell the fear. Don't quit when everyone's fearful, when everyone's scared. Buy the fear. Look at that. 22 on the fear and greed index. Can someone tell me when the last time we were at 22 was? Just by looking at this chart right here. When was the last time we were this low on the fear and greed index? It was right back here. Right back here in April. April, what was that? April 10th, 11th, 12th? Let's go back to Bitcoin's chart here. April 14th. Got the signal, and what did we do? We went straight up. So now is not the time to be scared. Now is not the time to tuck your tail and run and go find something else. Now is the time to dig in, okay? We're not up here anymore. This is when everyone's excited about crypto. This is when everyone's having a good time, saying XRP's going to 10,000 by the end of the year, yada, yada, yada. That is not the sentiment now, guys. The sentiment is now despair. I'm quitting. I'm done. I'm throwing in the towel. It's over, right? This is part of the market, guys. It's not always just, yippee, we're going straight. It's not always like that, okay? If you're going to be an investor, if you're going to manage your own portfolio, you're going to have to learn how to deal with these dips. And I feel like we've done a pretty good job of that throughout this entire, these last few weeks. I mean, we are sitting down here now. Somewhere in this area we are sitting. Okay, no one's excited right now. Okay, everyone's excited when price just absolutely rips to the sky, right? Everyone's excited about Bitcoin when it's up here at all-time highs at 125. Nobody cares about it down here at 95. This is when all the panicking is happening. So all we got to do, folks, is listen to the indicator. We just simply listen, and we stay patient. We remain patient. This is not a day trading channel. We are swing traders here on this channel. So if you buy something and it goes down 20% the next day or the next week, okay, you didn't have a plan and you weren't following the strategy. So for those of you that are new, we do follow a very specific strategy here. If you do not have a plan and you're trying to invest and you're trying to trade, you are going to fail. You're going to fail if you don't have a plan. Okay, it's just like going to the gym. If you don't have a workout plan, you're probably not going to know what to do. You need to have a plan, you need to have a structure, and you need to have the discipline to follow the plan. So I go over this before every live stream. Today we're going to be checking out our watch list. So we're going to be going over all these names today. These are all, in my opinion, the top stocks and cryptocurrencies we would be looking to buy here next week. I'm going to start with all the names that I'm currently holding. I'm also short on a few names, and then we're going to cover the rest of the watch list as well on this stream. We do this every single Friday. I'll be sure to share all my favorites and all the watch lists with you guys over here in the Discord. But before we dig in, I just want to go over the strategy real quick in case someone new is watching this and to refresh those who are coming back to the channel. So our trading rules are based on the LDD method. Okay, I made that up. This is something that came to mind. The LDD method stands for logic, data, and discipline. So all of our decisions that we make are based off of logic. Okay, what is logic? Logic is the idea of, okay, does this make sense to logically buy something like Bitcoin here at 95,000? Logically. Okay, and we'll talk about it just here in a second. You also got the MACD cross on Bitcoin. That's a very interesting indication right there, too. The last time we crossed over on the MACD was all the way back here in 2022, and you could see what happened. We went into a bear market. So that's just something to think about. So logically, I would say no, it is not a good time to buy Bitcoin based on our strategy, which we'll get to here in just a second. So logic, data, discipline. The discipline is probably the biggest one. Okay, the logic is our plan. The data is what the chart says. Okay, our chart data. We're going off of data. We're not just saying, oh, this is going to 10,000 by the end of the year and have no reason to think that, right? That's just not thinking logically. That's just, I don't even know what you call that. So logic, data, discipline. We are swing traders. The two time frames we focus on, guys, are the monthly and the daily. So if you guys are focusing on the monthly and the daily, you need to have a longer term time frame. We are not day trading here. We are not day trading. All of our trades that we take, we are looking to hold for a minimum of 1 to 6 months. So that means, in other words, you have to be able to hold for at least 6 months. For at least 6 months. Okay? So if you bought DJT when I bought DJT a couple weeks ago and you're down 20 or 30% like I am right now, it shouldn't matter to you, okay? We went into that trade thinking, okay, we're going to hold this thing for at least 6 months. If it goes up in a month, great, we'll sell it. Not all the time it will go straight up right in the first 30 days, right? Sometimes it takes a little longer. Sometimes it takes 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. Our time frame, our mindset, right, with our logic here is a 1 to 6 month time frame. That's very important to understand. Okay, we're not day trading. Okay, we enter and exit positions using the trading indicator. The green dot means buy and the red dot means sell. Rule number 4 is probably the most important rule of our strategy. Okay, we only want to buy assets that have a monthly green dot on the chart. Okay, when I talk about the red and green dots, I'm talking about these down here. Okay, you can see this green dot came on Bitcoin back in 2023 at 17,000. $17,000 Bitcoin you guys bought if you bought it right here. If you bought it back here in 2019, that was in April. Okay, you were buying it at 4,000. You also got one right here in October at 27,000. It went all the way up to 76, pulled back, gave you another one right here in November, and that obviously continued to go. So what we're looking for, first and foremost, on the assets that we're looking at, on the assets that we're trading, is a green dot on the monthly chart. Okay, again, we focus on the monthly and we focus on the daily. So right now, Bitcoin does not have a green dot. So we are not looking to trade Bitcoin. We don't care. It could be the best asset in the world, best company in the world, right? They could be solving world hunger. Okay, they could be solving world hunger, but if they don't have a green dot, we don't care. Because as long as the dot is red, we got to be bearish. Okay, this means we're going down. The green dot means we're going up. So that's the first thing we're looking for in our buying strategy. So this rule number 5 is that we want to buy the day of the daily green dot in or around the golden zones as long as the monthly is green. So as long as the monthly is green, we are looking at the daily. So let me just try to find a different example here of one that does have a green dot. So LMT, this is Lockheed Martin. This is on the watch list. I bought this one last week. You can see green dot on the monthly, right? So we are bullish on this name. This tells us that the direction is in our favor. It is going up on a month-to-month basis, okay? Because on a monthly chart, each one of these candles is 1 month's worth of price action. So this is 1 month, 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 okay? So we want the monthly to be green and telling us like, hey, this is going up. So when we get the green dot, what we're doing is we're zooming in then to the daily chart. Okay, so if you think about the candlestick math, like I just said, each one of these candles is 1 month's worth of time. Okay, one month's worth of time. So after we get the green dot on the monthly, we are then zooming into the daily. And what are we doing here on the daily? We are looking for pullbacks and green dots. So LMT has the green dot here on the monthly. So we're on the daily now, looking to buy these green dots here on the daily. You got one right there at 485, and you got another one right here at around, I believe that was around 450. That's the one I entered on here last week, November 12th. Had a nice move here today. And that's the strategy, guys. I mean, it's a pretty simple strategy to execute on. Again, the biggest thing is waiting for that monthly green dot. For example, like I see a lot of people talking about DJT. DJT's gotten smoked this week. What could we have done better on DJT? We could have waited for the green dot here on the monthly. Sometimes if you jump the gun, it is going to bite you in the butt. Okay, but it doesn't matter, right? Because we're 1 to 6 months out on all investments, and I'm getting a lot of questions about DJT. Guys, DJT is still fine. It's right back down to its 4-year low. You're buying it right now at the lowest price in 4 years. Okay, I need you to wrap your mind around that. Okay, you're buying this stock at the lowest price in 4 years. Okay, all the way back here in 2021. So do you guys think it's a good idea to sell at a 4-year low? The lowest price in 4 years. Do you think it's logical? Do you think it makes sense to sell something at a 4-year low? No, it doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. I'd rather just hold it and see what happens, right? The only thing we should be worried about on DJT right now is simply a green dot on the monthly. You want a spot to where you can average down on this? I actually bought a little bit more today. A spot to average down on DJT is just going to be the monthly signal. Because again, if you look at Bitcoin, okay, where was the best time to buy Bitcoin? Throughout history, all the way back for the last 10 years, when this blue wave was down here giving you a green dot. You bought Bitcoin right there at $300. You bought it here in 2019 at $4,000, and you bought it right here in 2023 at $19,000. So if you look at DJT's chart, okay, I see everyone panicking because it went down 20% this week. Okay, I'm down on it too, and it's one of my largest positions. But again, I'm not going to sell the position at a 4-year low. That doesn't make any sense, right? You're selling it right here. You're selling it down here. Do you want to sell down here? The majority of retail are selling down here and buying up here. That's the majority of retail. That's the reason I started this channel, is so people don't get caught in this trap, okay? Because the majority of people just want to buy when everyone's excited, when everyone's having a good time, when everyone's jumping for joy. Warren Buffett says, you buy when there is blood in the streets. So if you believe in a company, if you believe in a project, right? I believe in DJT. That's why I'm investing in the asset. I believe it's going to grow over the next 5 to 10 years. I think it's going to be a big crypto company. There are reasons I want to buy and hold this stock, okay? But you could buy the best company in the world or the best asset in the world, right? But if you're buying it when it's overbought, right? If you're buying Bitcoin up here at 120 to 125,000, you're going to get smoked, right? Same thing back here in 2021. You could say Bitcoin is the best asset in the world. It's the best thing to ever happen. It's going to change the way we do everything. It could be the holy grail. But if it's red and it's technically overbought, if you're buying it up here and not down here, you're going to get smoked. You're going to get smoked. I told you guys, back here in 2023, I deleted my YouTube channel. This channel was dead, okay? The Discord was dead. There was nobody chatting. There was nobody talking, okay? Why? Because we went from 70,000 on Bitcoin all the way down here to 14. A 77% drop over a year and a half. You think people were excited about that down here? No, absolutely not. They like I said, it was dead silence. It was silence on the radio. Nobody cared about crypto down here. There wasn't governments talking about it. There wasn't presidents talking about it. There wasn't TV channels talking about it. It was a freaking desert, okay? And what happened? If you bought that dot and you're still holding, you made a ton of money. So think about the psychology of things, right? It's very hard to do. I mean, 95% of people fail at doing this. Most people just want to hand their money to a money manager, get 5% a year, and be on their way. And you don't have to deal with the stress of the up and down every day, okay? But there is a way to manage those emotions, and that's why we use technical analysis. We don't go and trade based off of our emotions. We trade based off of what the signals are telling us. If this dot is green, I am fully convinced we are going up, okay? I will no longer be convinced if we have a red dot. Okay, and right now I am fully convinced Bitcoin is going down. It's gonna correct here, and that's just this. Until we flip back to green, I will not change my stance on Bitcoin. Period. Period. I gotta be bearish, and that's just what the data says, right? Logic, data, discipline, not emotion, not right, not panic selling, okay, not fear. Those are all emotions. Those are all based off emotions. We go off the data and we go off the logic. Logically, it makes sense to buy when things are bloody, okay? And you could see in the crypto market right now, just by looking at this fear and greed index, things are bloody. Okay, we're at 22. The last time we were at 22, again, was all the way back in April, okay, when we had that big sell-off. Okay, Ethereum went all the way down to like 1,500 back in April. Look at that. $1,500 for Ethereum back in April. What did we get? We got the signal, and what did we do? We went from 1,500 all the way up to 5,000. So if you bought off this signal right here on Ethereum, okay, you made 210% on your investment if you sold right here. Okay, so what are we doing? Are we crying? Are we panicking? Are we speaking all this negative rhetoric in the Discord and on social media? Or are we just simply waiting until we get another signal? Markets don't go straight down. They don't go straight up. They move in waves. They go up, they go down. They go up, they go down. They go up, they go down. That is how the markets move, folks. There's profit taking, and there is where you want to buy. So that is the buying strategy. Again, we look at the weekly chart sometimes too, because the weekly is right in between the monthly and the daily. But for those of you that are new, like just to keep it super simple, we have these trading rules. Again, monthly green dot plus daily green dot equals buy. So that's the buying strategy. The selling strategy is we have two different ones of those. We have two different selling strategies here. And a selling strategy is just as important as a buying strategy. I've seen people in the Discord saying, man, I was up 150% on this asset and I didn't sell it. Now I'm all the way back down to break even. Well, you were up 125% and you didn't take profits because you didn't have a plan. You didn't have a target to shoot at. So our selling strategy gives us a target, right? It gives us an idea of a good place of where we want to take profits. And it's so important. It's just as important as a buy strategy. Okay, so sell strategy number one is that we want to sell on a red dot in the red zone on the daily chart. Okay, when I talk about the red zone here, okay, again, this strategy is for a daily chart. So let's just go back here to Ethereum. So the red zone is going to be this top part right here. See the red? Okay, that's the red zone. If you don't know what this indicator is, it's called a Fibonacci. If you're not familiar with the Fibonacci, it is a very popular tool used among traders. If you guys do not have these indicators, the red and green dots, the Fibonacci, the MACD, everything that we're going to talk about today, you guys can download those over here in the Discord under the Trading Indicator tab. Just click on this link. It takes a couple of clicks, and all of these indicators, your screen is going to look exactly like my screen, and you'll have the same exact tools to use. And if you have any trouble with that, my email is right there in the Discord. Do not click on any links outside of the Discord. There's a lot of people trying to pretend to be me. They're messaging people. They're pretending to be me. So I will never DM you guys on Discord. I will never DM you on any social media platform. You can see right here. I have it right here. Not DMing you. There are scammers out there with the same name that are trying to take your money. I will never ask you for money or cryptocurrency outside in the DMs or anything like that. I'll never DM you first. So just keep that in mind. Again, that Trading Indicator tab will get you all these. But again, that sell strategy, back on the trading rules here, we want to sell a red dot in the red zone on the daily. So red dot in the red zone. So a red dot here on the daily, you can see this red dot came right here on October 8th. That was right up there at 4,700. Okay, right here on Ethereum. I mean, I can't make this stuff up, guys. You can't make it up. Red dot in the red zone at 4,800. We're now back down at 31. You also got one right here in September at the same price. You also got one right here in August at the same price. And you also got one here in August at around the same price. So again, that is our target. We want to typically buy in the golden zones, right? The golden zones right here, and this golden zone's right here. I was telling you guys to load up on Ethereum right in this area. I said it for about a month and a half straight. People were unfollowing me. They're like, you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay, this is where we wanted to buy. Up here in the red zone, this is not where we sell. This is not where we buy. This is where we sell. Okay, if you look at this chart over here, okay, when we're in the red zone, we're up in this area. Okay, the red zone on the daily means you're in this area. We do not want to buy in this area. We want to buy after a big dip around the averages. okay, around the averages. Okay, so the average would be that middle golden zone, or a despair is like down here in the bottom golden zone. If you're in the golden zone down here, boom, you're in despair. And you saw that happened back here on Ethereum back at, like I said, like 1,500 bucks. You could have been buying Ethereum. So we never buy in the red zone. This is where we sell. Again, that sell strategy is simple. Red dot in the red zone, you take profits. If you don't take profits and you're stuck holding the bag, it's only your fault. And it's okay. Okay, I understand. It's okay to make mistakes, but you learn from your mistakes. This is a strategy. This is a target, okay? We have to have a target if we're going to trade, if we're going to invest. We have to have a place where we say, okay, I am taking profits when this happens, okay? And if you can remain disciplined, right? If you can remain disciplined and stick to the rules, have that discipline to stick to the rules, you're going to do very well over time. So that's sell strategy number one. Sell strategy number two is based on a monthly chart. So this is where we sell when the stochastic RSI on the trading indicator hits the white dotted line on the monthly chart. This is the last thing, and then we'll jump into the watch list here. So on Ethereum, the monthly chart here, the first sell strategy was for the daily. This one's for the monthly. We want to sell when this blue line here, that's called the stochastic RSI. It's part of the trading indicator. When that hits that white dotted line or gets close to it. So you can see it hit it right back here in 2024 at around 4,000, and then it sold all the way off. Same thing back here in 2021. It got up here in this area around 435 to 3,500 to 4,000, and it sold all the way off. So that's just another place where we could say, okay, we're going to take caution here because, again, we're focused on months out. Most people are focused on what's price going to do tomorrow or what's price going to do the next day. We are focused on a month-to-month basis. We are not day traders, okay? This strategy takes patience, and a lot of people do not have patience. A lot of people in the markets do not have patience. A lot of people get in the market and think, oh, I'm going to get rich tomorrow. I'm going to get rich really fast. Okay, it's just not realistic. Okay, it doesn't happen. Nothing worth having comes easy. So you can see, again, Ethereum gave you the green dot back down here in 2023 at 1,100. It went all the way up to 4,000. Pulled back. We called this one out in June. This was when I was telling you guys, load up on Ethereum. You can see price was anywhere from 2,000 to 2,500. That was back here. This was June. June was right here when we were getting that signal on Ethereum right there. Okay, that is when we should have been loading up on Ethereum, down here. And then we should have been selling into this strength right here in the red zone. So those are the two sell strategies. Again, if I had to choose one, my favorite one is the daily, selling a red dot in the red zone on the daily. That's probably my favorite one, but I also want to take into consideration that stochastic RSI on the monthly and see where we are. You can see Ethereum got to around 87. That white dotted line I'm talking about represents the 100 value. You can see that 100 number there on the side. When that hits 100, that's when you want to take your profits. So, you see, if it gets close, you want to be slowly trimming or using the daily or other time frames to exit. But you can see clear as day, these dots in the red zone called the top. So that's the strategy, folks. If you guys want more on that, I have a free trading course over here, completely free. You guys can check out over here. There's 7 or 8 videos. And yeah, that's right over there under the trading course tab inside the Discord. Before we jump into the watch list, let me just pray for us real quick. Father God, thank you for all that you're doing for us. Thank you for all the wisdom and the knowledge that you've given us up until this point. I pray that you will just bless the Spartan army, bless the Overkill army. Everyone hearing my voice, God, just rain down your goodness on them, Father. Thank you for showing us a way where we can invest our money wisely. Help us remain disciplined and rooted in you in all that we do, Father. I pray all this in Jesus' name. Amen. So with that being said, folks, praise the Lord. Praise the Lord for the opportunity to use the tools and the technology we have available today to grow our wealth, right? It doesn't happen overnight. This doesn't happen. Our strategy is not a day trading, get rich quick scheme. Okay, we're not trying to get rich quick here. We're trying to build generational wealth by making smart decisions. Okay, again, if you are buying in the fear, if you are holding in the fear, you are outperforming everyone else because the majority of people are quitting. The majority of people are giving up. The majority of people are going to find the next shiny object to chase. Right now is not the time to give up and go away. You know how many people gave up on crypto back here in 2020, whatever it was, 2023? Like I said, there was nobody talking in the Discord. I almost deleted my entire channel because I was so bored I was talking to a wall. Okay, that is when you want to attack. Not when everyone's jumping for joy, having a good time, telling you how great they are, right? That is not the time you want to load up. So there are some big macro signals. This MACD crossover on Bitcoin is very interesting here. The last time we did this was all the way back here in January of 2022. That was about right here at 44,000. We ended up dipping all the way down to 14. And again, I'm not here to cause fear or anything like that. I'm here to share what the data says, what the indicators say. Right? I'm a data guy. I'm a numbers guy. I don't want to go off of what somebody thinks or what somebody says. I want to go off what the data says. And the data says the last time we had this MACD crossover on Bitcoin was back here 3 years ago, and that ended in a pretty nasty dip after that. So again, I haven't been long Bitcoin for a while. We've had this red dot for a while. September is when we got that around 116,000. So again, all we got to do is wait, guys. All we got to do is wait for the signal. That's all we're doing. We're not sitting here checking the price every day. We will be alerted when the green dot comes back on Bitcoin right here inside the Discord. We call out all these trade alerts. Okay, the second you see the monthly here on Bitcoin, that is when the bottom will be in for Bitcoin. Also, you can watch the weekly as well. We call out the weekly, the daily, and the 4-hour alerts here. But what I am watching for, the first thing I want to see on Bitcoin is the weekly. I think the weekly will be a big signal. Okay, that wave is getting really deep here. That could come between 80 and 90,000. And of course, altcoins are also going to bleed as Bitcoin's going down. But again, it's not a time to sell, guys. If we're down 20, 30%, you might as well just hold, go keep working, go keep making your money, and continue to add, right? Save. That is what this is. We are treating this as a savings account that's going to grow over time. And again, we got to keep that 1 to 6 month time frame. You can't look at the day to day, right, using the strategy. You can't panic on every red day that you get, and it just does you no good. If the day is red, if you're nowhere near your sell targets, you don't need to stare at it, right? You just simply need to be patient and wait till it comes back up here. Look for spots to average down. Look for reasons to average down or buy more. So that's a really interesting signal though there on Bitcoin here in November. Let's go ahead and start here. I'll start here at the top. How's everybody doing? 23. What's going on, brother? Seen your post on Threads. Yep, I'm on Threads, Instagram, TikTok. We're on all the channels. Bob, what's going on? Stick, Samuel, Dustin, In and Out, Ron, Thom, what's going on, brother? Yeah, I would not trade leverage in crypto. Today is a prime example of why we are not trading leverage in cryptocurrency. And by the way, guys, if we can get this video, if we can get this live stream to 300 likes here by the time we're done, 300 likes on this live stream here on YouTube, I will give away 200 XRP if we can get the 300 likes. If we can do it on the replay by Monday, I'll give away 100 XRP. But if we can do it live here today, we got 142 people tuning into the live right now. We're live here every Wednesday and Friday at 2 p.m. That is Pacific time. Wednesday and Friday are the live stream days. But if we can get the 300 likes by the time this video, by the time we sign off the live, I will give away 200 XRP to somebody here on the live stream. No, it's just the normal MACD. Yeah, it's just the normal MACD. So you can add the MACD to your chart. If you go over here to indicators and you just type in MACD, it's this one right here, the moving average convergence divergence. So with that being said, let's go ahead and look at the watch list here. So I'm going to start with these names here. These are all the names that I'm currently holding, all the names I have positions on. These are the names I'm short, and then these are the names I'm looking to buy here going into next week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this list. Okay, I'm going to go through this list. I'm going to delete these favorites from last week. Okay, we do this every Friday, guys. So I'm going to go down this list, and if I see something for next week, I am going to add it into this watch list. And then I am going to share this watch list. I'll go ahead and share this green list right now with you guys over here in the watch list tab. So this is the green list. So this is everything. And then what we're going to do on today's stream is we're going to pick the favorites out of this watch list. And then I'll drop another watch list here at the end of the stream once we go through the watch list. So if you guys are a member of the Discord, you can come over here to the watch list tab and click this link, and that will pull up all the names that we're going to cover on today's video. That is pretty much my green list. Everything on my green list, except maybe 90 to 95% of these names will have a monthly dot. See how Donut has a monthly signal here? So when I have a monthly signal on my chart, I want to put it in this green list. So I just shared that list with you guys over here. You guys can always get access to this on every Friday. And like I said, if I see something that I really like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it into the weekly watch list favorites, and then I will go ahead and share this watch list with you guys over there as well. I'll also share that here on YouTube for the YouTube Spartans if you guys are not in the Discord. But Donut is going to be the first one. This is Krispy Kreme. We've been bullish on this for a while. I really like this one. It's still green here on the monthly. We got in right here in July at around $3. It's sitting at $4 now, but I do think this thing is going to break out, and my target is always going to be up here in the red zone. Again, that sell strategy we went over at the beginning, we want to put our target up here. So our target is anywhere from $10 to $12. It's sitting at $4 right now. I really like this one at $4. We got in down here at around $3, but $4, it still looks cheap. We're still in the bottom golden zone here. So if you're buying stuff in the bottom golden zone with a green dot on the monthly, that's the ideal place to be buying, right? If you're using our strategy. So we're still down here. We're not going to sell till it comes back up here. So I still really like Donut for next week. We got RR. I re-entered this position here on this dot right here. I believe that was on Monday or Tuesday. I think I got in at around 370. I'm down like 10% on it or something. But what I do like about Rich Tech here is that it is right back into the moving average. Okay, so I brought that chart up a little, not too long ago, the cheat sheet here. So one thing I want you guys to pay attention to on this is the mean. This is the average. Okay, the mean is just another word for average. And that's that dotted line down here. So if you want to buy something at a fair price, where would you buy it? If you said, okay, this is a fair price, what would make you say logically that it was a fair price? My personal opinion is it would be at the average, at the mean. So on this channel, part of our indicator, we have this blue line here. Okay, we have the orange one, that's the 9, and then this is the 180-day moving average. So why do we use the 180-day moving average? That blue line right there. 180 days is typical for it's 6 months, right? If there's 30 months or 30 days in a month, okay, 30 times 6 is 180. So I want to know, because my strategy is 1 to 6 months out, I want to know where the average price over 6 months is. I want to know, that's what I'm going to mark. That's what I'm going to use as a reference point for my mean. So what I like about RR here is the fact that it's right back down into the 6-month moving average. When was the last time it touched this 6-month moving average? We can scroll back and you could see it was right here. Okay, right here in, what was that? August of 2025. What was the price? $2. We actually had bought this one at $2 back here in August, and I think we ended up selling it at around $4. It ended up going all the way up here to $7. Okay, once again, let's turn back on our Fibonacci here, and you can see what did we get right here? A red dot in the red zone at $7, and what did we do? We absolutely got folded. Well, we didn't, because we should have been taking profits right here. I took profits like on this red dot, I believe, somewhere around there, like at 420, I think. So it's back down to 3. I like it down here at 3. That one's going in the favorites for next week. I just took a position on that like 2 days ago. LMT, I also really like too. This one looks like it's breaking out. Target on that's 550. I did enter this a couple days ago. It was November 12th. That's when I got in right on that green dot. Again, our strategy is simple. Green on the monthly. Okay, we got the green monthly, so now we're in here to the daily, and we're looking for reasons to buy here on the daily chart. Because again, there's 30 days, guys. 30 days, 30 daily candles in one monthly candle. So what we want to do on the daily is look for these pullbacks. Ideally, we want to buy when this blue wave is down here on the daily, when this green dot is valid on the monthly. So I still really like this name. It's very bullish above 450 in my opinion, and we'd be looking to sell a red dot up here in the red zone. Target on that's going to be right there at 550, and that one is also on the favorites list for next week. And again, I'm holding all these names, so I'm obviously a little biased on these. APT gave us a golden dot, so a golden dot is actually a different signal that we use here for a swing trade. We treat that like a monthly dot. So I do have a spot over here under the trade alerts that says dots and signals, and this pretty much tells you how to trade the dots based on our strategy. So a golden dot is similar to a monthly dot. It means buy and hold for 1 to 6 months. Okay, that's typically what we're doing. And APT got that right here on November 6th. That was at around, I think it was at around $2.70 or so, maybe $3. It's sitting right at the same price. So I'm still bullish on this. I'm holding this. And if you look at the weekly chart, where's it at? It's at a 3-year low. It's sitting at a 3-year low right now. So we're buying it at the cheapest price in 3 years. Okay, as everyone's saying that it's over and it's never going to happen, the bull market ain't coming, altcoin season ain't happening. We're buying it at the cheapest price in 3 years, folks. The cheapest price in 3 years. I don't know about you, but I want to buy at 2, 3, 4, 5-year lows. I don't want to buy up here at the all-time high like the majority of retail. Okay, we do not want to do that. We don't. Again, this is euphoria. This is when everyone's jumping in for joy and everyone's having a good time and it's a lot of fun, right? You're having a blast. You're watching your account double, triple, even quadruple sometimes. It's fun, right? We've been through many of those. Okay? Down here, though, no one's having a good time. No one's having a good time. And all we're at, the data just tells us we're at the lowest price in 3 years. Okay, you're buying this asset at the lowest price in 3 years. So it take into consideration like something like Tesla, right? Tesla's a big company. Everyone's bullish on them. Everyone loves them. But where are you buying it right now? Look how far off of the mean you are. Okay, look how far off of the mean. Are we buying Tesla up here at $400? No, because we're 40% off of the average. You guys want to buy your groceries at a 40% premium? You want to go to the grocery store on Friday and buy them because they're up? Grocery prices are up 30, 40%? No, you don't. You do not. You do not want to do that. So why would you do it with your assets that you're trying to invest into? I have been short on Tesla now for a couple of weeks, almost a month. Okay, when we got this signal right here at 450, I went short. I bought TSDD. TSDD is the short ETF for Tesla. So when Tesla goes down, this goes up, right? This goes up when Tesla goes down. Okay. So I'm short Tesla. I'm short NVIDIA. I'm short Palantir. I'm short SoFi. I have many short positions that I put on over the last couple of months. So APT, I still like it, but I want to see what altcoins do. I would put that one on the watch on next week's favorites. As long as it can hold on to like 290, it looks good. Snapchat, I'm still very bullish on Snapchat here. We did get a red dot today, but all you got to do now is just wait for a green dot to come to enter. But I don't see this one going below $8. Target on that's still 12. That one's on the favorites for next week as well. SQQQ, this is the short ETF for QQQ. So when QQQ goes up, I'm sorry, when QQQ is the tech sector, right? So when this goes down, SQQQ goes up. So this is like shorting the tech sector. That's another short position that I do have on is SQQQ. So let me fix this real quick. So I'll put that right there and TSDD right there. So all these names I'm short, right? I'm short big tech. I think tech's coming down. And I've been thinking that for the last month. So I'm short all of these positions. Those are all short positions. So you can buy SQQQ if you think the tech sector is going to go down. And I think tech is going to continue to sell off just based on what the data is saying. And that's why I have a pretty good amount of money in short positions right now. ARB needs the monthly. So this one's in my portfolio. That's why it's on the green list, but it does not have a green monthly dot. If it doesn't have a green monthly dot, all we're doing is we're waiting for that signal. We're waiting for the green monthly dot in order to, if you're in a position and it's red on the monthly and you want a spot to where you could know where you want to buy more, you simply just wait for the monthly to come back. Another time frame you could watch is the weekly. You could see it bottomed out here when we got the weeklies back in April at around 24 cents. It went all the way up to 70. Okay, it also gave you one right here in June, went up to 60 cents, pulled on back here. I bought this dip on the stream on that big liquidation day. I bought ARB at like 8 cents or something like that. Just a stupid price. That was on a live. That was wild. So my average cost is really low. But what I want to see is either a weekly or a monthly dot on it. Alts, ALTS. This one is not green on the monthly, but I did play this one off the weekly here. We bought this one around 220, I believe. It's at 191. I think I'm down like 15%. This is more of a penny stock, but I'm playing it. I think it's an interesting company. It's a newer project, and I'm going to be bullish on it as long as that weekly remains green. I like it down here at $2. We found support back here in 2024 at the same exact level. I do like the alts for next week. That's a very volatile asset because it's a penny stock, right? But they do have good earnings. They're starting to make money, and it's an interesting project. So I like that one for next week. NVO, I still really like NVO here. That one, the weekly chart's putting in a double bottom. If you guys don't know what a double bottom is, it's where we bounce. Right, we bounce, we come down, we test the same level, and we bounce again. That had a nice move this week. Target on this one is still up here at around 110. I'm still bullish. I'm still long on that one as well. Near Protocol had a nice big jump up from around $1.80 all the way up here to 320, and now it's pulled back. All we got to do now on Near is wait for the daily. I want to see if the monthly's still showing here. The monthly did show up for a second, but it faded away. We're just building support here. I think I think December is going to be the month where some of these names really pop off and you see this big move. Okay, everyone was freaking out about this little move from 2 to 3. Well, wait till we go back to 7 or 8. People are going to lose their minds. Okay, I still really like Near here. If you want to buy it, I mean, like I said, it did have a green dot on the monthly. You can see we call those out over here in the Discord. We had one from Filecoin go off on the 7th, and we had one from Near go off. Where did Near go off? Near went off right here on the 8th. So again, a dot can show up, but it can also fade away. So again, Near was ripping there for like a day or two, and then it sold back off. So a dot is never confirmed until the candle closes, right? This was in September. That was confirmed, right? Because the candle closed, because we formed a new candle in October, right? So just because it shows up doesn't mean it's going to close, but I still think Near is very strong here above $2. I would buy Near here on the next daily alert here on the daily chart. Nice 5-day pullback. When this thing turns and goes the other way, it's going to turn very fast. So I like it. The closer it gets to $2, I'm going to keep Near on the weekly favorites here. Riz is also coming alive here. Again, another new project here, very new. Okay, they just came out in February, so they've only been around for like 8 months, but they do have a weekly dot here. I still really like Riz. Let me actually check and see how the harvesting's going over here. So I have all my Riz staked here on their website. So what they do is they actually pay 7.25%, and I have another 21 hours left before I can claim this. But you can see I'm just staking all my holdings over here. I have around 25 million of these coins. And in the last, I would say, week or so, I've earned around 32,000 of them. And then obviously I can't claim this yet. So I've really earned around 62,000. And I'm just letting that ride. I'm just earning that 7.5%. And then when Riz decides to go on a move and make a move to the upside, and this wave's like back up here, the blue wave's back up here, that's when I'm going to take profits. But until then, I'm staking and I'm just continuing to earn that one. It does have a weekly dot here, and I do really like that project. We also got GoodRx. GoodRx still needs a monthly, so that's sitting at $3. I think $3 is the bottom for this one. It's just kind of dancing around that level right now. It got the golden dot not too long ago. You could look for the weekly or the monthly, but I still like GoodRx down here at around 3. Filecoin did give us the signal here. It's still showing up here this month, so you should be going long on Filecoin right now. This thing popped all the way up here to around $4, and now it's sold off for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 8 days. So again, big move. Everyone's excited. Sell off. Everyone sells. When that green dot comes back on Filecoin, I think it's going to absolutely explode here. Again, we got the monthly signal showing here, guys. That monthly signal is extremely bullish for our strategy. We are looking to absolutely dive into Filecoin right now. Okay, I really like Filecoin. And again, we got the red dot there. What was that? Right there at 250. It's now down at 2. Looking to add on this one, on that green daily. I bought this one down here at like 150, so I'm still up on the position. I didn't take profits up here because I'm an idiot, but it's coming back down, and I'm looking for a place to average down because really, I think the move's just getting started. You can see where the stochastic RSI is. We talked about that blue line, right? When that gets up here, that's when I'm looking to sell. I'm not looking to sell when it's sitting down here at 5, right? I want to sell when it's at like 80 to 100. So again, I am a minimum of 6 months out on Filecoin. Minimum of 6 months out on this. So 1 to 6 month time frame on all trades. Okay, and I do think when this thing reverses, names don't normally drop like this and don't have a big explosive move to the upside. I mean, you're talking 7 red days in a row. The second the buyers step in and buy this thing here, and I think $2 is a fantastic level to buy this at right now. Filecoin's definitely on the favorites list. We got Chainlink also down here at 14. Chainlink, I'm looking at the weekly on Chainlink here. Okay, again, green dot right here in June, green dot right here in April. Those came around $12.50. They went all the way up to $30. Okay, brutal pullback here. Hopefully you were taking some profits right here in September or October. And again, looking for the green weekly here on Link. PayPal had an ugly breakdown today. PayPal had an ugly break today. This one, looking to average down on the monthly. Looking to average down on the monthly for PayPal here. If that comes down here to like 57 or 60, might be worth averaging down. Best thing we could do right now is wait for the monthly signal on PayPal. Same thing with DJT. A lot of panic on this name, but again, if you bought this, you should be at least a minimum of 6 months out. If you bought it with me here in October and you're down 25 to 30% on it, okay, you should not be worried. You should simply just be sitting on your hands waiting till that monthly comes. Okay, because this thing, when it turns really fast. Okay, look at this last time it pulled back like this. Big pullback, September 11.50 all the way up to $55. That was literally, okay, in the matter of 30 days, it went up 350%. Okay, so when it moves very fast. And I think $11 is a steal down here. I bought more of DJT today. If you guys want to know where the bottom's going to be, it's going to be when this monthly signal appears on DJT. But I think that one, like I said, is sitting at a 4-year low. The lowest price in 4 years you are buying this company. Does that make sense? If you were buying Meta at a 4-year low, you'd be jumping for joy. Okay, if you bought Meta, Facebook, back here in 2022 at $100, you would be jumping for joy, right? $100 all the way up to $800 is a massive move, okay? Also got a MACD crossover there on Meta as well. Man, these tech stocks look awful, dude. Look at NVIDIA. I mean, yeah, what can go wrong? We're not in a bubble. Palantir, what could go wrong up here? Palantir's up down 13% since we entered that short. SoFi also. Look at this. We called this out back here in August, guys. August of 2024 at $7. It went all the way up to 32. Smart money's taking profits up here. It's got the red monthly. There's so many reasons to be short tech right now. So many reasons to be short tech. Uniswap, also another one of those names. It doesn't have the monthly yet, but I think that's coming here in December. I think December is going to be a big month for crypto. It does have a red dot here today, so I entered this one at around 6. It popped up to 10 yesterday or 2 days ago or 3 days ago. And now we're just simply waiting for another green dot here on the daily to enter, or a monthly or a weekly. It has the weekly here. Look at this candle, dude. Have you ever seen something like this before? Have you guys ever seen a candle like that on a weekly chart? That's insane. Look at that wick. Oh, God. Jeez. I mean, it still looks really good to me. I still really like Uniswap here. And I'd be looking to add to it on a daily green dot. Pinlink. Pinlink is sitting down here at 17. Another name I just have staked on their website. Very new token. It's getting rugged. It's getting absolutely rugged right now, but this is a longer-term play. Just looking for the weekly on this one because we don't have the monthly. So another name that could move very, very fast. It's a very low market cap coin. But it's down pretty big. I'm down like 50% on this right now, but I'm holding it. They do pay, I believe they pay 25% staking rewards on their site. Again, a very new project here. Yeah, they're paying around 23% APY on Pinlink here, 25%. So you're just earning as it does its thing. When it pops back up here, you could take your profits. Not the favorite for next week though. I'll put Uniswap on there just because I think that monthly dot's coming on it here soon. But Pinlink, it just keeps dipping. You need to wait for a weekly signal or something that's going to signal a bottom here. SQQQ, we talked about. These are all my short positions. I'm short all these names, guys. I'm short all these names. NVIDIA. I'm short Palantir. I'm short SoFi. I have puts on all of these names. Okay, except for these two because you just have to buy the stock. But puts on SoFi, puts on Palantir, puts on NVIDIA because I think tech is coming down. If you guys don't know how to trade puts or calls, I do have an options course over here if you guys want to learn how to buy and sell stock options and learn how to make money when we're going down. So, yeah, I'm short those names. So that's everything I'm currently holding here, guys. So far for the favorites, we got Donut, RR, LMT, APT, Snap, Alts, NVO, Near, Riz, Filecoin, and Uniswap for next week. Now, these are the names I do not yet have positions on, but am looking to actively take positions on. So ZK is the first one. This one looks like it's trying to bottom here at 5 cents. Looks pretty decent. SMCI. So this one's red here on the monthly. So that candle is not confirmed yet. The dot is not confirmed yet, but I would be using extreme caution on this one. It's trying to bottom here at 36, but yeah, I mean, it needs to hold like 30. Not really my favorite for next week. Fang looks okay. Aster looks decent. Pretty new project here. As long as it holds $1, it's fine. HP I skipped over. A little too close to the red zone, but it is trending up. MPC's in the red zone, so we're not interested. We got CLF. CLF looks good here above 10, That one is still, I believe, holding the monthly. So as long as that one can hold this $10 level here, it looks pretty good. I'll put that one on the favorites for next week. Okay, target would be up here at like 16. WLFI, this is Trump's World Liberty Financial coin. A lot of these names still are green on the week. WLFI is still green on the week. It doesn't have a red dot yet. I still like that one above 10 cents. I'd be looking to add on these green dots. Okay, the last one came right here November 7th. That was at 11 cents. It popped all the way up to 17 cents. And now you got a little selling going on. SLB looks pretty good here above 35. BIB, that one's too close to the red zone. Again, if anything's in the red zone, we're not looking to buy it, right? Because that's our target, guys. We want to buy in the golden zones, and we want to sell up here in the red zone. So this one has a red dot in the red zone. We're taking profits on NU. CVX looks okay. AMAT looks okay. PBR, no thank you. Billy, no thank you. HAL, no thank you. Trump coin looks pretty good. Is meme coin. This one did give the weekly signal back here on October 27th. We took that trade at around 6. I ended up cashing out around $8 or $9. I took profits somewhere right in here. It still does look like it has a lot of room to go up there to 16. So I do like that one. We'd just be looking for the green daily on Trump. CNC, just kind of ranging here. Tesla, we're short Tesla. Okay, we're shorting Tesla here. If it breaks down any lower between 400, if it comes down to like 240, we're going to absolutely make a ton of money on that. But it does have pretty strong support there at 400. I'm just looking at all the macro timeframes. Look at the weekly. Last time we got a weekly signal was back here in December. What did we do? We fell to the absolute floor. So I'm looking for a sell-off like this on Tesla. And then I'll sell my short position, and then I could buy the stock after I cash out my short position. So I'm looking for this one to come down to like 280 to 300 bucks. Oh, we got Pepsi. Pepsi actually looks good. Okay, these boring stocks are going to be the ones to trade now. Okay, like Pepsi. The growth story's over for Tesla, right? We've already had our moonshot. Again, if you guys were buying Tesla with us, you were buying back here in April at $240. It's now up here at $480. You made 100%. Now you take your profits. Again, we're hitting resistance. Now we're looking to go short. Now we're looking to short the asset. But Pepsi, names like Pepsi are going to be the ones you want to buy. I know it's really boring. You're not going to get a 10, 100 million X. But again, the charts look good. They're safe. They don't move 20% every single day. It's just nice, calm gains. Holding that thing till 170 up here in the red zone on Pepsi. AZN in the red zone, no thank you. Riot actually looks interesting. This is a cryptocurrency miner. It's had a really nice pullback again. Red dot in the red zone. $22 all the way down. Yeah, Uni's still good. I still really like Uni. I think Uni's a solid buy for the long term. One of the biggest projects on Ethereum. But Riot's had this huge pullback here. It's still green here on the monthly. Again, we got that signal back here at like 10 bucks. Again, it went all the way up. Got your sell signal up here. Again, the greedy don't take profits when they're following the plan, and they get smoked. But now that it's all the way down here, we're looking for the daily. So I'm going to add that one to the watch list here. Weekly favorites. So far on the favorites, this is what we got. Again, I'll drop this for you guys over in the Discord in the same watch list section over there after the stream here. We still got a few names we got to cover, though. Yeah, I'm still holding Uni. I'm holding all my crypto, guys. I don't know why anyone's going to sell their crypto here. I mean, I would have sold Bitcoin by now, but for altcoins and things, I mean, like I said, we're sitting at 3, 4, 5-year lows. You'd never sell in fear. You just never do it. Okay, if you guys would have sold back in April, you guys would have hated yourselves, right? If you guys were selling Ethereum back here in April when we were getting the buy signal, okay, after we just went from 4,000 all the way down to 1,500, okay, we call that the despair dip right there, 62% down, okay? Again, people are buying here. People are buying up here, okay? People can't sell unless someone's buying, okay? Those people got smoked. So if you guys were selling back here in April, you guys are probably really mad at yourself, okay? The last time the Fear and Greed Index was this low was back here in April, okay? So again, we're taking a macro view. Not saying Ethereum can't sell off again next week and the week after that. We are looking 6 months out, minimum. 6 months minimum, okay? Again, I can't make this up. Everything I try to show you guys is based on data and based on logic. I don't just pull stuff out of my rear end. I don't speculate. I don't say, oh, this politician said this about this, and oh, J.P. Morgan's doing that. I don't care about the news. Okay, you show me the chart, I can tell you what the news is. I can tell you what the news is. Okay, again, you can't make this up. April 10th, 2025 is the last time we were this low on the Fear and Greed Index. April 10th was right here on Ethereum. Okay, this week right here at 1,500. Look what happened. Boom. Okay, again, the majority of people, the majority of retail right now are cashing out. They are quitting. They are going to chase the next shiny object. Okay, we are not doing that. We don't have to sell. You only lose on a position if you sell. Does that make sense, everybody? You only lose, repeat after me, you only lose if you sell. That's the only way it's recorded as a loss. It doesn't matter. Okay, if you bought here or bought right here and you sold here, yeah, it's a loss. But if you hold and you wait for the signal and it goes back up, you didn't lose. Okay, that's just trading in general, folks. Stocks and crypto are very hard. It's a very hard industry to make it in because it's so easy to sell, right? If you bought a house tomorrow and the value of the house dropped 50%, you would not be rushing to your realtor to sell the house, right? You would not be doing that. You would be holding it. You'd probably rent it. You'd fix it up. You'd live in it. You'd figure it out, right? You'd figure it out. But with stocks and crypto, it's so easy to get emotional and say, okay, I'm going to sell. Because it takes a click of a button. You pick up your phone, you open your app, you see you're down, you panic, you say, I can't take it anymore, my emotions are too, right, all over the place, and you sell. It's too easy to sell. It's too easy to lose. And that's why people lose, right? You cannot let your emotions rule you. You just go by the data. All we're doing on Ethereum is waiting for the green dot. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. You could have took profit on your Ethereum right here. Right up there at $4,800. Okay? And if you didn't, you're riding it back down, waiting to re-enter or waiting to average down on your position off this green dot. I don't see Ethereum coming back down here to 1,600. I'll tell you that right now. If anything, I think we just bottom somewhere around 2,800 to 2,400. Okay? Worst case scenario. But again, we're not here to speculate. We're not here to make assumptions. We're not here to guess. Okay? When people ask me what my price target is, I simply go to the daily. And I say, okay, if for a sell target, it's up here at 4,000 to 4,800. Why? Because that's where the top of the red zone is. That's where the red zone is. This is our target. When people ask me, hey, how far do you think it can go down? I look at the bottom of the golden zone on the Fibonacci. Okay, 1,600 to 2,000. Worst case scenario on Ethereum, right? If it goes back down there, I'm selling my house, take it out of mortgage, doing whatever I need to do to raise more capital to buy more Ethereum. Because again, if you're buying down here, you're buying in extreme fear. Okay? This is when people are fearful. This is when everyone's excited about Ethereum. You guys go back to June, and you guys can go watch every day on TikTok. I was saying Ethereum, 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 Ethereum. Buy Ethereum. Okay? Why? Because we were green on the monthly, baby. That is the signal to buy. This is given a red dot now, right? So again, we need to use extreme caution here. 3,000 is a very big level for Ethereum. If it doesn't hold 3,000, we can assume it's going to come back down here to this golden zone between 16 and 2,000. I, of course, would like to see it hold 3,000, and you are getting buyers stepping in here. So, yeah, obviously Ethereum is head over all the altcoins. Whatever Ethereum does, most of the altcoins are going in that same direction. So we just got to pay attention to the levels. And again, it's not up to us to guess or make assumptions, guys. All we do is wait for this signal right here. That's it. You want to ask me where the bottom is? I'll tell you right there. When that comes. When that comes on the chart here. 4 hours is a good one to do too. 4 hours is a good one to sell. You can use that same exact tactic on the daily chart, okay, with the 4 hour. The 4 hour is the lowest I go on the chart. Okay, I'll look at the hourly sometimes, but the 4 hour, you can see this was Uniswap. Got the red dot right here on the 4 hour right there at $9. You could have took profits there if you wanted to. That is another strategy you could use, is implement the 4 hour. The weekly and the 4 hour work really good together, and the monthly and the daily work really good together. So if you want to trade the weekly dots, you use the same strategy. You want the weekly signal, and then you want the 4 hour signal. right? And the 4 hours coming here pretty soon on Uniswap too. Yeah, hit that like button, guys. We need another, what, 209 likes for a 200 XRP giveaway. If we can get it on the replay. If you guys are watching the replay, let me know down in the comments section. Smash that like. If we can get this video to 300 likes by Monday, I will do a 100 XRP giveaway over here on Monday. So appreciate you guys liking the video. Helps the channel, helps us grow the community, and reach more people. ALB up in the red zone on the 4 hour, on the daily, not interested. XOM red zone, not interested. MDB at red zone, not interested. Coinbase selling off here. Coinbase getting hammered. I'm gonna watch Coinbase next week. I think this stock's gonna grow very much so over time. Man, that thing got hammered today, dude. Everything got hammered today, really. So Coinbase, same thing. We got a monthly red dot here, so we need to use extreme caution. If we're going to enter, we're going to set very strong stop losses. But really, I think the chart to look at is the weekly right now. The weekly charts, I think, are the easiest to read right now. If you guys are looking for a bottom, I know our strategy is based on the monthly and the daily, but that does not mean we can't look at other time frames. You can see how accurate these weekly dots are as well when this blue wave is down here. See, this one came back here in September 2024 at 150, popped up to 365, pulled all the way back. Green dot right there in April, 160 all the way up to 420. You got a bunch of reds right in this area. So I'd watch the weekly on Coinbase for next week. And that's a stock I want to own for the long term, just because I think those centralized exchanges are going to be like banks, right? That's where people are going to store their crypto and things like that. So IWM coming down here. Yeah, no thank you. In the red zone, Eli Lilly taking profits on Eli Lilly here, guys. Perfect example of where to take profits. You got a red dot up here in the red zone at $1,000, a good square number. Look how far up this thing's gone. So we're taking profits right here. Okay, you should be selling Eli Lilly at these levels. You could have been buying it right here in October, right there at around 800. Boom, 20% racker. Okay, let's take our profits and go find the next trade. But that is a profit-taking signal right there. We got AMGN also, red dot in the red zone, taking profits. CPB, I sold this one at like $30, but these boring stocks like Campbell's Soup are probably going to be the ones you want to go into as tech continues to sell off. This one pays a nice dividend. It's got a nice weekly dot there that closed, and this one actually looks really good. This one's going to be on my favorites list for next week. Again, why is it on my favorites list? Well, it has a green dot on the monthly, it has a green dot on the weekly, and it has a green dot here on the daily and a golden dot there recently. So as long as this holds on to like 29.50, it looks really good here. Looks like they had news today. Boom. So target's up there at 45, but that looks good with a stop loss at 29.50. One of my favorite looking stocks. I know, really boring stock, makes you want to fall asleep. I get it. But this kind of market right now, these are the safest plays, okay? Because we won't know where the bottom is, right, until we get these signals. Okay, Coinbase could sell all the way back off to 200 here. If Coinbase hits 200, we are loading up on Coinbase. Straight up. Okay, everyone's panicking. I am licking my chops right now. Okay, I am licking my chops right now. Okay, thinking of ways where maybe I could pick up a second job or go drive some Uber or DoorDash or, you know, do whatever it is I got to do to raise money right now to get ready to buy this dip once we get these signals, because it's going to happen, guys. Nothing goes down forever. Nothing goes up forever. We are simply buying low, selling high. Buying low, selling high. That is our strategy. And I know it sounds corny, but these indicators and technical analysis gives us the opportunity to do that. HUM, this is Humana, one of the biggest healthcare companies out there. Ooh, it's got a red dot this month, but it's still ranging here. I would still buy this one on a green dot here on the daily. I'd watch for a green dot there on the daily. GEOS in the red zone. AEOE, American Eagle in the red zone. FedEx getting really close to the red zone. UPS. Ooh. UPS. I just don't know that I believe in the fundamentals of the company, dude. I don't know. Up above 90, I think it's good. They did still make $20 billion last quarter, but just not my favorite. RIG hit the top of the red zone there. Congrats on everybody who entered back down here. I was thinking about it right there at $3, but didn't pull the trigger. But that did go up to our zone, Gave you a red dot there. Looks like yesterday, $4 looks like a great place to take some off. MRK, no thank you. EQIX. I forget what these guys do. EQIX. Let's look them up real quick. So if you guys are also a member of the Discord, if you're not a member of the Discord, you can become a member by clicking on this. You guys can sign up for as little as $4 a month. We have around 3,000 members over here, but you do get access to all the trade alerts, watch lists, everything you can imagine. We also have a research tool here. So if I wanted to look up a stock or a crypto, all I would have to do is type in /info and then the ticker. So if I type in EQIX, I could just, wait, is that a red? Hold on. Is it a stock? Yeah, it's a stock. So if I type that in and hit enter, oh, come on. Gonna embarrass me on my live here. Let's check this one. I think this is the same thing. There it is. So it's a data center. It's a red. So it's green on the monthly, right? You come here to the daily. What are we looking for? We're looking for the daily alert. I actually like this one. I like this one on a daily for next week. So watch the daily on that one. BNB selling off pretty hard here. I want to see BNB hold this level right here at 878. Apple up in the red zone again. Apple, greatest company in the world. Some can argue. Where are we wanting to buy Apple, though? Do we want to buy Apple when it's really expensive, or do we want to buy it when it's cheap? I want to buy the best company in the world when it's cheap. Where was the last time cheap to buy this, right? Down here in April, in the bottom golden zone, when everyone was panicking about tariffs and losing their minds and crying to their wives and husbands and their mamas. You know, I don't know what your position is right now, but again, when people are not having a good time, you should be loading up on companies. And how do we know when stuff is cheap? We look at our Fibonacci. If you guys don't know this Fibonacci tool, again, I have a free trading course over here you guys can check out. There's a video right here. This is not my video, but this guy explains it very, very well. Again, this course is completely free. This will break down the Fibonacci and why it's important. Okay, you could see when we're down here in the golden zone on Apple, that's when we should have been loading up. We are not buying the greatest company in the world when it's expensive. We want to buy the greatest company in the world right back here in August, right? When we get that green dot, $200 all the way up to $300. We're cashing out, taking our profits, got a red dot here on the daily. Everything's pointing down. I'd like to say that I think this is going to get better for stocks and stuff, but I don't think it is for a couple weeks probably. I think there's going to be probably mass panic into December. Probably the next 2 weeks we're going to sell off really hard. And then once the Fed stops their tightening, which is they told us was going to happen December 1st, I think that's when the bulls are going to step back in and take control. So again, we might be in for some more turbulence, folks. So prepare yourselves. You don't have to stare at your screen and look at it every day. You can go do something else. Okay, our strategy gives you the opportunity to do that. Okay, day traders have to sit in front of their screens for 8 hours a day and try to guess where we're going to go in the next 5 minutes. We don't do that. Okay, we're 6 months out at a minimum on these investments. So you don't have to be glued to your phone or your computer to make money doing this. TMO, red dot in the red zone, taking profits. ARM coming down pretty hard here. No data on the monthly. Weekly looks ugly. SOUN, again, everything is going down here. Everything's tanking here. Okay, so what I'd be looking for on sound is just a green weekly. Okay, I love it. I love the corrections, folks. I'm longer term, though. I'm not thinking tomorrow or next week. Okay, it sucks watching your portfolio go down sometimes. But hey, nothing goes down forever. If you don't panic and you don't get emotional, okay, you simply buy good assets that are going to be around forever. Eventually, they're going to go back up. Datadog, again, red dot in the red zone. We're taking profits. TAO, we need the weekly. That thing's red on the weekly here. So you're going to want to see that thing hold on to 300. I'd probably put a stop loss at 300 here. Hopefully, we get a green dot here in the next couple days. RKT, just bouncing around there. VAL up in the red zone. DHI, this is DR Horton. Ugly. Red dot on the monthly looks very scary. Okay, that thing needs to hold on to 140. Something we could look to buy, though, when we get a clear signal. If that thing comes down to like 130, I think that'd be a good place to scoop up some DR Horton. That's a home builder. We have been trading, or we did trade Nail there for a minute, and it's continuing to come down as well. DHI is very much correlated with Nail. So as this thing comes down, you can see where Nail bottom last time. That was right there around 42. That was the time to buy. This was the time to buy. We took profits right up here, somewhere around $100. I think 90 to $100, and now it's melting back down to sitting at 52. I would just look for, where'd that thing go? DHI. I'm looking at the weekly or the monthly to shift, but I think that thing may come down to 130 there. RVIT, that's down in the bottom golden zone, and it's got a green monthly, so looking to buy daily green dots on this one. Let's go ahead and add that one into the favorites list. RVTY, Adobe sitting down here at the bottom, just continuing to melt down here. I don't know how I feel about Adobe, to be honest with you. Moderna is still green on the monthly, sitting at 24, just kind of ranging down here. Looks like it's probably going to hold on to 23 there. I like Moderna for next week. Dow, wait, this one's in my portfolio. Why is this not? This one's up here. So Dow I actually have a position on. This is a chemicals company. I dropped a TikTok on this yesterday, but you could see this thing, they pay like a 7 to 10% dividend. So you're just getting paid for holding the stock. But look at this thing, got absolutely annihilated over the last year and a half. I mean, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 months of going down. Green dot right there. Look where we're bottoming. We're bottoming right where we bottomed here in COVID. You're getting this at a 5-year low. All-time high was all the way up there at $70. So I'm collecting the dividend on Dow. I think this one looks very, very good. Again, it's not a tech stock. It's not a big growth stock. It's a chemicals company. They make chemicals for farms and ranchers and things like that, and they make about $10 billion a quarter. So I just like it for the dividend alone, and I think I'm buying it at the bottom here, simply because we bottomed at the same spot back in 2020. Okay, so 5-year low, we're getting this one at. Does that make sense? We're buying it at the lowest price in 5 years with a 7%, I think it's 7 to 8% dividend. I really like Dow. I really like Dow here. Did I put that one on the favorites? Yes. No, I did. Boom. So again, not a fun, big Tesla, gonna change the world and send us to Mars and do all this crazy stuff. It's just, nope. We're just gonna make chemicals to grow food, right? Nothing crazy. Nothing, no hype, no anything. Who cares about that? I do, for the dividend and many other reasons. Here's Target, still hanging around 90. I sold my Target around 96, 97. It's not going anywhere. It's not doing anything. And they're losing to margins. Their margins are getting worse and worse as time goes on. So they haven't really found a way to adapt to the online stuff. And I think that's going to be their downfall. But they do have earnings coming up here next week. ENPH is still just hanging at 30. The VIX is popping. Soxel coming down. I told you guys to sell this one right here at 40, 50 bucks. That thing's coming down now. FCX just hanging around. Not doing much. Not doing much. Here's Intel. This was one of our best trades this year. We got in down here at 19. I sold my options for like a 400% gain right here at 32. It did end up going to 42, but now it's pulling back. So just watching for a green dot on this one. I want this one to pull back to at least 30 before I would even consider looking to buy. That's right there at that red line. That's the 50% mark. ASML, red zone. Novak's down at $7. Doesn't look too bad. Looks like they missed their earnings. FSLR, red zone, no thank you. Bitcoin dominance is coming down. Nice red candle there on Bitcoin dominance. ALK looks good as long as it can hold on to 39. Alaska Airlines is sitting down here at support. So this is an easy trade, right? You could buy here and use a stop loss at $39. That's just right where we bottom right here. It's sitting at the bottom of the fib. So normally that's a very strong support zone, the bottom of the fib. Just like how we want to sell at the top, we want to buy at the bottom. Doesn't mean we can't break out, right, and keep going up. We call that price discovery, but I do like Alaska Airlines for next week above 39. That one might be worth a look next week. Okay, very low here on the weekly as well. So LUM coming down. Again, red dot in the red zone, time to sell. STM coming down. HPQ, wow, that one's actually in the bottom golden zone there. I'll get some chart requests here for you guys. Let me get through this list real quick. We're almost done. And I'll take some chart requests from the chat. We got GM, red dot in the red zone. You should be selling GM here. Okay, GM. I got to write these down sometimes because I want to make TikToks for you guys to see. Cure up here in the red zone. I'd be taking profits on Cure now. We were buying this one in this area and down here. Again, we got that monthly green dot back here in September. September was right here. Green dot. Ripski. Beautiful trade there. Time to take profits. JB Hutt looks like it's coming down. Nail needs the weekly. I need to see Nail print a weekly before I'm going to take a stab at this. So I'm watching that like a hawk. I still think home builders are going to do very well, especially with the 50-year mortgage stuff going on and Trump talking about that. I do think this thing's going to find a bottom probably around 50 to 40 bucks. Rose. Is Rose still green on the monthly? No, it's not. But it is trying to find a bottom here. Again, this is not a normal pullback, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days in a row. 7 days of bleeding. Again, that's what brings the frustration and the emotion that makes you want to quit, makes you want to sell. I've been doing this 8 years, so I'm immune to it. Again, I just go off what the signals say. I know there's always going to be another signal that comes that identifies the bottom. As long as we're buying good quality assets, we have nothing to worry about. Okay, target on this is still 4 cents. Looking for the daily on that one. It's going to be a big weekend for crypto, guys. Ethereum is do or die time, folks. If Ethereum breaks 3,000, we're going to be in for another one of these drops, another one of these big corrections. But if it can hold 3,000, which it is, it's still very much holding. There's buyers that are propping it up here. Okay, they're trying to get you to sell right now, folks. They're trying to make you panic. They're trying to make you sell. That's what they do. Okay, they want you selling in fear. They can't buy, right? The smart money can't buy. These guys can't buy. The smart money, these are the billionaires and the trillionaires and Nancy Pelosi and all the people that know what's up, right? They have insider information or billions and billions of dollars. They can't buy. They can't buy unless you sell. Does that make sense? So right now, they're trying everything they can to keep pushing the price down while we are sitting here in fear. So you sell and you give up and you quit. And then they're going to buy your shares. They're going to buy your coins. And then what are they going to do? They're going to pump it back up. And then you'll be rushing in to buy it again because you said, oh, I made a mistake. And then it'll be too late by then. So hold the line, folks. Can someone type that in the chat down in the comment section? All caps. Hold the line if you're with me on this. Hold the line. Okay? All caps. Hold the line. Let me see it in the chat. Let me see it in the comments. Okay, above 3,000, Ethereum is still looking good. AAL has a green dot here on the monthly. I don't know about these airline stocks, man. I don't know about these airline stocks. If I'm going to buy any airline stock right now, I think it's going to be this Alaska Airlines. Omar, whatever you think, man. Whatever you think, brother. Whatever you think for a super chat. I'll be answering requests here in just a second. Let me just get through our watch list here. I love it, man. Hold the line. Christopher, Omar, Thom, Shane, Dustin. Hold the line, baby. Oh. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They ain't going to shake us out, man. It ain't happening. We're going down with the ship, baby. There is no plan B. There is only the trading rules. Bonk. I'm really looking at Bonk right now, guys. I'm really looking at Bonk. We're coming back down to these lows right here. This is a meme coin, but you can see it has very strong support right here in this area at 0.0008. Who's really flying Alaska? My brother's fiance works at Alaska, actually. But you're right. I'm not very familiar. I'm not a big flyer. Omar says Telcoin. Okay, we'll get the Telcoin here. But Bonk looks interesting. I just want to see a green dot on Bonk on the weekly chart. That's when we'll know we're at the bottom. But I think it's going to bottom somewhere around 0.001. Let's look it up for Omar because he put in a super chat. Shout out to my brother Omar. Telcoin. Telcoin. Ripping today. Okay, nice big move here. Selling off a little bit. Target on that would be a penny. Okay, not a bad place to maybe take some off if you got in right here at 2 cents. You're up 150%. You could sell half and let the rest ride. Okay, if you go up 100% on an asset, you sell half of your position, you're taking your initial investment out. So this thing could pop all the way up here to about a penny. That's where I'd be targeting. There is only one master, and his name is Jesus. Nothing matters. Money doesn't matter. Anything, nothing in life matters without Jesus, folks. So just remember that. PDD Red Zone. ENA is getting down there too. ENA is selling off a newer crypto name again. I think the weekly charts, guys, the weekly charts are going to be huge for crypto. Okay. Weekly alerts. This is the section I'd be watching the Discord over the next 1 to 5. I'm going to say 1 to 3, maybe 4 weeks. Okay. The second you start seeing these weekly signals come here on crypto, okay, we got a load of them here. Okay. We got a load of them here on crypto a couple weeks ago. Or I think it was like a month ago. August was a good time to take some profits. But as soon as we see these weekly alerts start coming in again on crypto, names like ENA, names like Bonk, look at that. Last time the blue wave was all the way down here was in March. Gave you the dot. What did it do? It did the ripski all the way up to 4. So we're simply just patience, waiting. Okay, not panicking, not doing anything crazy. Okay, if you probably don't need to look at your charts. If you don't want to look for a sell point, probably I would say March, April is probably when we're going to be able to unload. I think that's when we're going to go on another euphoric run. April sometime, people will be freaking out. Everyone's going to be like, oh my gosh, Bonk's up here at 4 cents. I better buy it. But no one was talking about it down here because everyone was scared and panicking about whatever Trump said on Twitter or something. Okay, news, nothing matters, guys. I don't even look at the news anymore. I don't even look at social media. I have a few influencers that I'll follow just for fun, but the majority, I do not care. I just don't care. You show me this chart, I'll tell you what the news is. Right now, it's fear, it's doubt, it's uncertainty. Okay, up here, it's, oh my gosh, altcoins are the best thing in the world. Okay, down here, it's, oh, it's over. Right? It's over. Altcoin season's never going to happen. It's all going to zero. World War III is coming. Tariffs are so high. Right? Up here, it doesn't matter about that stuff. So I'm watching the weekly chart like a hawk on a lot of these cryptocurrencies. ENA is another one. Again, green dot came right here in July. What did we do? We went from 28 cents all the way up here to 88 cents. That was a 300% move. All we could do is just be patient right now. PFE. No thanks. Look at that. Solana's back down in the golden zone, folks. Solana is back down in the golden zone. So I'm actually going to put Solana on the weekly favorites because I do think this is like one of the top cryptocurrency projects. It's obviously in the top 5, I believe. They're top 5. But anytime this thing comes down to the golden zone at the bottom, it's time to load up. Okay, so what I'd be looking for next week on Solana is a daily green dot. Okay, and the only reason I'm going to buy a daily green dot is because we're down here in this zone. I told you guys today, if Solana comes down to 120, I'm going to buy it. Okay, that is normally a very, very strong place. You can see we bounced on it back here in September. Okay, this thing came all the way down to like $18 back in 2023. That's insane. That's so insane. So I like the fact that it's back down in the golden zone. Got a red dot there on the monthly. So it like I said, 120 is a big level for it. If it hits that 120, I think that's a good place to take a stab. And then if we obviously sell off past that, we'll just have to look for a green dot. But I think 120 is a good solid support level for Solana. If you guys want to put in a limit order, you can. I might do that here after the stream and just say, hey, if it comes down to 120, I'm going to get in the game. Because I still don't think altcoins have had their euphoric run yet. I mean, Solana is up a lot since 2023, and we're just going to have to see what it does at 120. That's going to be one interesting to watch. A couple more requests here, and then I'll take some requests from the chat, and then we'll be signing off for the weekend, folks. XYZ coming down. UNH. UNH still looks pretty decent here if you're still bullish on healthcare. It's sitting at 320. I'm going to add that one into the favorites. We got IMX down here at the bottom. BIDU. IMX, you just need a daily or a weekly. Like I said, weekly chart's going to be a big tell for altcoins, I think, guys. Look at that one. Right back there at 40 cents. Went all the way up to $1. So the weekly chart is the one I'm really paying attention to for alts right now, folks. Ondo down below 60 cents. Wow. Wow. Wow, dude. Again, looking for the weekly on Ondo. But that is down here to the last year's low. So looking for the weekly signal there on Ondo. AVAX also just getting wrecked here. Need that green dot. This is crazy, man. This is wild. This is crazy. $30 down to 15. This thing's down 50% in a month, guys. In a month or two, it's down 50%. So again, this is why we don't use leverage in crypto. This is prime reason. Like the second I see an influencer start talking about leverage trading, I unfollow them, and I try to warn you guys. Right? Crypto is a very volatile asset class. It is not one that you want to be heavily all in on at any one time. I tell you guys all the time, you need to diversify. You can't just have all your money in stocks and all your money in crypto. It's good to have a mixture. You can see everything I'm holding right here. Stock, crypto stock, but crypto related stock, crypto stock, crypto stock, crypto related in some sense, stock, crypto. So I'm about 50-50 stocks and crypto at all time, right? Crypto's going down, but things like DOW are starting to go up. RR is going down, okay? Donut starting to go up. DOW starting to go up. LMT starting to go up, right? So just because crypto's going down doesn't mean there's stocks that are going down, right? It's good to be diversified. And obviously, there's the whole conversation about shorting with puts and stuff. Like I said, if you guys want to learn how to trade options and short the market, so when we do go into a bear market, you could still actually make money from the markets going down. I do have that options course over here that you guys can take. It's not, the options course is not free. It's more advanced. I just don't want anyone trading options because it is more of an advanced way of trading. I'd like you to have an understanding of, at bare minimum, if you don't understand our trading strategy or haven't gone through the trading course, I would recommend not watching the trading course or the options course. But if you consider yourself a little more advanced, you've been doing it for a while, want to learn how to get into options, really the only reason I use options is to risk less to make more. Okay, risk less to make more. We're not going all in on options. Okay, we're simply just using them to hedge and also risk less to make more. And I talk about all that inside the course, but I have a lot of puts on right now, and they're going up. The NVIDIA puts are up, the PLTR puts are up, the SoFi puts are up. They've been very good over the last couple of weeks, and if this move continues down, those things are just going to continue to go up. So it's a good way to hedge. Like, yes, I have other assets that are going down, but those puts going up makes my losses not so much, right? They help my portfolios stay either even or not go down as much, because if the markets are going down, right, and we are hedged, meaning we're short, we're making money as all these assets are going down. Okay, and then obviously losing money if these assets are going down too, but it's just a good way to hedge the market. Okay, and this environment, it has not been a good bull run. It just hasn't. I don't even think we've really been in a bull run this whole year. I think we've had a couple nice jumps, but every jump has been met with a lot of selling. So I think once the Fed stops tightening, and they said that that's going to be December 1st, the Fed will stop tightening on December 1st. That means they're going to quit selling assets on their balance sheet. Okay, and they're going to start buying, printing money, and injecting it into the markets and into the system. So when that happens, the last time they quit tightening was all the way back in 2020. Okay, the last time that event happened with the Fed, okay, that was all the way back in 2020. 2020 was right here. This is when they started injecting liquidity again during COVID. Look what happened. Rips. That's a bull run. That is a bull run. Okay. And it's hard to say. Like, you could say Bitcoin has been in a bull run for the last 2 years. I mean, obviously, we called this signal out back here in 2023 at 17,000. There's people in the Discord that bought Bitcoin at 20K and are still holding. Okay? They're up a large amount. Hopefully, they took some profits up here. But, wow, 94,000 Bitcoin. So, Bitcoin, it's very likely could come all the way down to 80, guys. It's very possible. There's probably more of a better chance that it's going to happen than it's not now. So just prepare for turbulence. I mean, just be prepared, right? We're prepared for the worst at all times, okay? We're expecting the best, but we are prepared for the worst. We're not going to panic sell down here because hopefully we were selling up here, or at least taking some profits. And we're just continuing to stay in the market. I mean, it's better to be in the market. It's better. Time in the market is better than trying to time the market. And we do try to time the market here, but it's easy to get a sense of where we could drop to just based on using our indicators. And again, we don't have to guess where the bottom's going to be. All we got to do is wait for the macro signal, the green dot here on the weekly or the monthly chart, and that will be our place to say, okay, the coast is clear, we're going in. Okay, but right now, this thing's a falling knife. AVAX is just getting killed here too. So again, same thing. Watch the weekly or the monthly on AVAX. BBAI. BBAI is still hanging out around 6. JD, I bought this one too. Why is this one not up here? Okay, JD is actually a Chinese stock. I took a trade on this with a really tight stop loss. I think I put the stop loss at around whatever this low was right here. I think I put it at 28. Pretty sure I put it at 28. So it does have a monthly red. So this probably wasn't the greatest trade, but I did take it yesterday. I just wanted to get some exposure to Chinese stocks. I think my stop loss is like $28 or $29. So I'm hoping we get a pump here on Monday and we continue up. If not, I'll be stopped out and I'll lose on that one. But again, that monthly dot is not confirmed until the candle closes, until we get December's candle. So just keep that in mind. Okay, price can go up next week. And this could come up and that could fade away. So until this confirms green, I don't take it off of my list. So if this closes into December, then I will take it off of my list. But until it closes red, I'm not going to take it off and I'm still going to remain bullish because technically the dot is still green right now because this candle has not closed. Like I said, if this goes back up, just like I showed you guys earlier how near had a green dot, right? It had a green dot that popped up. On the 8th right here, this was like last week, near showing a green dot on the monthly. Okay, it had a big move up here to 320, and now it's sold off. So now that it's sold off here, that dot faded away. The same thing can happen on JD here with the red dot. If we go back up, this dot could go away. So I'm staying long here on JD. I don't like the fact that we broke the fib, but I got a tight stop on this, I think at around 28 bucks. What else we got? Wolf, you should have took profits right here. Red dot in the red zone, taking profits. Mara, all the way back down to 12. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Just getting wrecked this month, dude. Wow. So we're approaching the bottom gold zone. This is brutal, man. This market is just brutal right now, dude. Holy smokes. If Mara comes to 10, I'd take a stab at it. $10 where we bought him back here in April. April was the last bottom. Wow. I might have to set an alert for Mara. So if you guys want to set an alert for when something reaches a price, wow, dude. Wow. Look at that sell-off, dude. Red dot right there at 24, down 50% in 2 weeks. That is insane. That is wild. I actually like the sell-off. I'm going to put that one. I want to watch that one next week. That one's on the favorites. ICP, big run up. This was a big winner for us. We got in down here at 3. I think I sold it around 750. That was the top of the fib right there. Ended up going to 10. Now it's selling off. So all you need to do is wait for a green dot here on the daily. It has the monthly, right? This is something to be excited about. Pumped up, right? You saw Twitter talking about it up here at 10. Now we have this little 50% pullback. I'd be looking for the green dot here on the daily on ICP. I think that's going to be a good buy here coming into next week. Rivian, we took profits on this one too around, I think I took profits around 1650. It popped up to 18 and now it's selling off again. You got the red dot in the red zone yesterday at 17. AERO selling back off again. Just want to watch the weekly on Arrow here. And then MSOS also getting clapped here as well. Selling off pretty hard here. So is the monthly still green? The monthly is still green. So you'd be looking for a daily dot on MSOS here going into next week. But that is the watch list, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the watch list favorites. So this is all the favorites. So we just went over this entire list, right? And now we got the favorites from that list. So there's about 20 names in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share this with you guys over here in the Discord. So what you could do is go over the list if you want. Favorites from 11-14. Boom. I'll actually give you guys an alert over here to the Spartans. Boom. So you guys can click on this and you guys can either add these into your own green list. So you can click this flag right here and you can put it in one of your own playlists. And you can look at this over the weekend, do your own due diligence. I just think with our strategy, these names look the best for potential buys next week out of our entire watch list that we watch here. So obviously you guys can go back and watch the replay if you guys join late, but I will take some chart requests here. Drop your chart requests in the chat right now. I'll take some here for a little bit until we sign off. You guys can go get that watch list right over here under the watch list tab. If you can't see the watch list tab, you just need to sign up and become a member by using this link right here. You guys can join for as little as $4 a month. And yeah, I just want to welcome all the new Spartans real quick. We got Michael, we got Landon, we got Titan Circuit, we got Crypto Kid, we got Helix. Helix ranked up to captain. Shout out to the captains, baby. Joe, I'm not going to say that. Good one, though. Fight Club. What's going on, brother? Kelvin, Pablo, Anthony, Clarence. All the new Spartans joining up over the last week. Love to see it, man. Our community is growing. I think we have one of the best, if not the best, investing community online. Shout out to the Spartans, baby. I love you guys. All right, what do we got? Ron says hold the line. Yes, sir. No weak hands here. Yeah, no altcoin season. No, not happening. When people start saying there's no altcoin season, it's time to load up. Time to load the boat. What do we got? Chart request. Drop them. Amazon. Amazon got a red dot in the red zone right up here at 250. Now it's coming down. I would avoid that one. Avoid it. Like I said, folks, these charts are looking a little concerning, I will say. I mean, they've had a massive run. Again, if you guys bought back here in April when everyone was panicking, okay, you're up a massive amount. So the smart money that was buying here is probably now taking profits up here. I would be a seller of Amazon at these levels. Again, Amazon, best company in the world. But where do we want to buy Amazon? We want to buy Amazon when it's cheap. How do we know when it's cheap? It's down here in the golden zone, okay, or in this golden zone right here. We're not buying Amazon up here. Okay, everything is pointing down on Amazon right now. What else we got? TAI. What's TARS AI at? 3 cents on TARS AI. That's crazy. Right back down to where we popped off back here in April. If you like this project, I don't think it's a bad place to add some here at 3 cents. It's a very new project. It had a lot of hype behind it right here in December, up at 50 cents. Sold all the way off. QMCO. I'm just taking requests from the chat right now, guys, so go ahead and drop them. Quantum Corporation. Looks like a penny stock. If you like it, I'd buy it down here at $8. Target's up here at 60. Looks like they had a stock split, though, so the charts are hard to read when they have those stock splits. But if you like this company, I don't know why you would. They're making a decent amount of money. $8 looks interesting here. CMG from Bob. What's going on, Bobby? CMG is $30 is the support currently. If you wanted to buy it, I would put a stop loss at 29. If you want to play a bounce here, you need that monthly on it. But this has had a really nice pullback here. One of the largest fast food chains out there right now is CMG. So I like it here at 31. Like I said, if you want to buy it here, take a stab at it here. Put a stop loss at 29, which is $1 below the $30 support. If 30 breaks, look to buy more at 20. But the green dot will be the confirmation of a bottom here. Tom says, baby USD, please. I have a stake for 30% on the Atomic wallet. Is that Adam's wallet? Adam? Babylon? Is the Atomic wallet Adam's wallet? Yeah, this looks good. Got a green dot here on the weekly. Looks really good above 2 cents. Really good above 2 cents. If you believe in the project, looks really good. And you're earning 30%, so that's awesome. How long do you have to stake it for? WM, Waste Management. Nice bounce here. Beautiful bounce. They're on the weekly. I like this one. Is it green on the monthly yet? Not yet, but it is trying to find a bottom there at 200. So 200 is a big level for this. I would be a buyer here. I'd put a stop loss right here at 190, and I'd let that puppy ride back up there to the red zone. Nice dip on that thing. It's sold off hard on earnings. Now it's turning the corner, going back up. Target on this would be 235 to 240. I'd be a buyer here. Should have bought it right there, but target's up here 235 to 240. Easy stop loss right there at about 194. Nice. That's badass. You only have to stake it for 2 days. That's nice. Adam, by the way, is extremely beat up. Look at this stock. I'm pretty sure you could stake this for like 16% on Coinbase right now, and it's literally sitting at an all-time low, all the way down here at 275. Okay, back here 2020 lows, the lowest price in 5 years, guys. You guys feeling me on that? 5-year low, lowest price in 5 years. That's insane. That's crazy. Okay, I mean, this thing was all the way up at 45. It's sitting at $3 right now. Okay, that's a 2,000% move if it goes back there. So Atom is actually one of those names I want to buy here. Atom, the crypto. And honestly, you could just stake this thing and earn, I think it's 16%. Am I wrong on that? 16% on Coinbase if you stake it for 30 days. That's crazy. INJ. Wow. What is what's that Atom wallet? I don't think I have the Atom wallet. INJ, again, you're just going to need the weekly signal here on INJ. It's right down here at the 2023 lows. I just be looking for that weekly signal there. CRO. I got to look into the Atom wallet. CRO, same thing. Wait for the weekly signal. That'll be your bottom, but 10 cents looks like a promising spot for a bottom there. Miroslav. I'm sorry if I butchered your name there. My boy Miro. AG. What is that? AXGN. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'll sell this one. I'd take profits up here in the red zone. I'd be cashing out. Cool. Yeah, do it, buddy. If you got a referral link, yeah, just tag me on Twitter. What else we got? Anything else, guys? REGN, Regeneron Pharmaceuticals. This one still has some room back up there to 900. I think healthcare is still a great play here. The healthcare name I really like is Humana. HUM. I think I put that. Yeah, I put that on the favorites list. It does have a red monthly, but you can see we're trying to find a bottom down here in the golden zone like we did back here. We got into the golden zone, got the green dot, popped back up. I think that's one of my favorite healthcare plays right now. But REGN's got a little more room back to around 900. That'd be the target. Miro for a short. M-E-R-O. Miro. I don't see that one. Oh, Miro for short. Yeah, your name. What's up, brother? Chainlink. We covered Chainlink. Same thing, guys. I am hyper focused on the weekly chart right now. I don't want to buy any crypto until we start getting these weekly signals. Okay? Let's see where it bottoms. Let's be patient. Let's wait till we get the signal, and then we can look to average down on our positions. Okay? If you're already in a position, just wait. You don't have to panic sell right here at 13, and we end up bottoming right here at 12.50, and then we bounce, and then you're going to be mad that you sold. If you believe in your asset, you should be willing to hold it through this dip. Okay? Chainlink is one of those names I never want to sell. Okay? But what we're doing on Link right now is simply waiting for a weekly. Okay? Last time we got a weekly dot was right here in June at $13.50. Literally the same price we're sitting at right now. And look what happened. It went all the way up to $30. So I would just wait for the weekly signal on Link and a lot of these names, even AVAX, Ethereum, right? Everything, we need to see that signal before we can get back in. That's what we're doing right now. We're sitting on our hands. Okay, if you get to a price and it looks like a good price to average down, do it. Okay, but I'm going to tell you, the bottom will hit, or there will be a very good chance that the bottom will be in when we get this next round of weekly dots for cryptocurrency. HP, thinking about selling for 50% gain, or should I wait till the red zone? With this market, dude, that's a tough one, man. 50% gain's beautiful, man. Shoot, we were calling this one out back here at 15. I remember that. That's had a nice move. If you're up 50%, you could always sell some, like 25%, 50%. It does have a little bit of room to go. And it does have earnings on Tuesday. So if it was me, I'd probably sell half before earnings. I'd sell half of it before earnings and then just wait, see what happens after earnings. If it pops up here to 36, sell the other half. That's how I'd play that. But earnings is always a gamble, right? Earnings, you can always, like, look at what happened to Fee here. What the heck? Okay, earnings, total miss. Got absolutely launched to the downside there. Okay, so earnings, I'd probably sell a little bit into earnings on that one, but that one had a really nice move there. Or a trailing stop. Yeah, trailing stop works too, but like I said, your stop won't hit if it's after hours and earnings reports and they miss and it goes all the way down to 15. You won't be able to be, your stop loss will not be valid. CLSK, another one. We just hit this one out of the park. Wow, these crypto mining companies are getting clocked. Oh man. Okay, I bought CLSK at like $7 back here in April. I sold it right here at 14 for a 100% move. Pulled back, gave you a green dot here at 9, popped all the way up to 22. What did we get here? A couple red dots in the red zone up there around 20. Now we're all the way back down here at 11. So again, if you didn't take profits up here or right here, okay, you're probably kicking your own butt right now. But this sell-off is nice. Again, I'm not scared of a sell-off. I actually like a sell-off. So I'm looking for a reason to buy CLSK, and that reason will be, I think, on a daily, now that we've had this big sell-off and we're back down here in the golden zone. So I'm looking for a daily dot, just like we got back here in August. We went sideways, 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 then we ripped. Same thing right in here. Okay, just a lot of profit taken up here on CLSK. Same with Riot, right? Riot had a big drop here. I would look for the dailies here on these crypto miners because they are still valid quality companies, right? You just want to wait for that daily to come in. This one's still green here. One's still green on the monthly. I'm putting that one back in the list there. So that daily will pop, and when it does, I think we attack CLSK there. I see one for Flux. Any more requests? Again, if you guys are watching the replay, if we can get this video to 300 likes on the replay, I will give away 100 XRP this weekend over here inside the Discord. 300 likes on the video by Monday will get you that 100 XRP giveaway. Flux kind of coming down now. It's a tough one. Does that have a weekly? It does have a weekly. God, every rally has just been sent with a large selling pressure. It just sucked, man. It just sucked. But this is the market, you know. DJT we covered. We're simply just waiting for the monthly on this one. Looking to average down when we get that monthly alert. Again, it's at the 4-year low. Back here in 2021 is when it came out. We're literally at the same price as when this thing opened up back in 2021. So you're buying DJT at the lowest price in 4 years if you're buying it down here at 11. I'm still holding, and I bought more of that today. Filecoin. Filecoin's still green on the monthly. So what are we doing based on our strategy? We are looking for the daily dot. Okay, daily dot. I think this thing's going to find a base here at 2. And the second we start curling to the upside, the bulls are going to step in. And I think this thing's going to $5-6. Without a doubt. Circle. Circle Internet Group. Wow, this thing's selling off hard too. This is the stablecoin company, USDC. It's coming down, dude. It's coming down real good. So it opened up at 60. It's sitting at 80. It was as high as 300. So I like this one. I like Circle. I would look for the daily on this one. I'm actually going to add this one into the watch list as well. I'd be looking for a daily alert on this one. I'm going to add this one into our favorites list here. It's a new company, so we can't see any data, right? If you guys get the indicator, you can't see data if it's brand new. The indicators need data in order to populate. So this one doesn't have any data on the weekly or the monthly, so you have to look at the daily. And what we'd be looking for is a green dot here on the daily. If that thing comes down to 60, I think that'd be an excellent target to buy. But that green dot will be called out in the Discord here on Circle. They are the company that owns USDC. USDC is US dollar coin. So, yeah, I mean, $80 looks good, but I would simply just wait for the signal there. Sell said he bought into Circle today. You're getting it at a good price. You're getting it at the price back here in June. So, again, everyone was excited to buy this up here at 300. It's all the way back down at 80. And they own the largest stable coin out there. So, yeah. Igmar says, stocks like AMD, MU, still Ripsky, I would sell the crap out of these right now. Red dot in the red zone, we're selling. It's had its move. It's had its move. We were buying AMD down here at $80 to $90. It's at $250 now. We're taking profits. Same thing with MU. Just a monster move here, taking profits up here. This thing could keep going. If you want to use a trailing stop loss, put one right there at 220. But just with the way that tech stocks are looking, I mean, how Meta, right? Meta's selling off. Nvidia's selling off. Okay, PLTR is selling off. Everything is selling off. So I do not feel comfortable putting my hard-earned money into names that have already ran up 300 or 400% on the year. Okay, we're taking profits up here because that's what we do as traders. Okay, look at every time frame. Weekly, got a red dot. Monthly, doesn't have a red dot yet, but look at that separation off the 9. I would short MU here. I would be absolutely short MU. It's another one to look into short. I'm going to actually write that one down. Another good short position that could be opened up here. Because eventually, right, there's going to be profit taking. It's going to sell back off. And we'll be there to capitalize on that short position. So that's a good one for a short position. I would not buy that thing up here with my worst enemy's money. I don't have any enemies. But you get what I'm saying, hopefully. SMR fell like 50%. Yeah, a lot of names are falling. Yeah, that thing's selling off hard right now. Whew! Yeah, it's back down here in the golden zone, so that's a good thing. You should have sold it right here on this red dot in the red zone, right there around 50. Boom, it's getting cratered now. So watch for the daily alert on SMR there. HNT, helium. That thing's just chilling right now, man. Not doing much, sitting there above $2. They had a partnership with T-Mobile. I actually like this one too. HNT actually looks very interesting here. It's not really moving, not going down, just kind of building the base here. This is actually one I would look to take a position on here. A crypto. Okay, and when that monthly dot pops, this thing I think will fly. Let's see HNT here on Bybit. Yeah, see, it just needs that monthly signal. This thing was as high as $40 back here in 2022. And it's sitting right back down here at the lows at 238. HNT looks good. I actually really like this name. And it is in the watch list, so we will see that. JD Bull, yeah, I'm holding JD. Had a nasty move today, but I'm holding that thing. Waiting for the next green dot there on the daily. I do have a tight stop loss at, I think, like 28 or something like that. So if it continues to sell off on Monday, I'll probably be stopped out. But if we can gap up and get going, that would be nice. Chinese stocks have never been nice to me. I just don't get it. Every time I buy a Chinese stock, it goes to the floor. It's like they're sitting there just waiting for me to buy. They're like, oh, Overkill's buying. Let's sell it. Everything. Sell everything. That's how it feels when I buy Chinese stocks. XRP. We covered XRP, but $2 is your support. See, $2 where we bounced here. $2 where we bounced here. That's your support level. $2 is probably the new 40 cents down here. So looking for the weekly on XRP. The ICE network. Getting raked. I would not touch this thing. Looks like a rug pull. I don't like it. New lows. It didn't hold its support. Okay, it's making new lows, which tells you that the big guys are selling. NVO, we covered that one. I like NVO a lot. I like the reversal here this week. I want to see it hold 44. I got a stop loss on that one at 44, but target's up here at 110. XTZ, bought it and dumped. Yeah, had a nice move up. Pulled back for 7 days, guys. These 7-day pullbacks are normally met with a really big move to the upside. The last time I can remember this happened was on XRP. It was back here right before the election, I believe it was. It went down for like, where was it? See, it sold off for like 5 days, bounced. So, not normal for something to sell off and bleed like this for 7 days. Like, they're inflicting as much pain as possible right now on a lot of these names. And they're trying to, again, get you to sell. You should not sell after a 7-day dip. So what I'd be doing on XTZ here, Thom, is just wait for the next daily. I believe this one did give a weekly, and it also gave the monthly, but the monthly faded. But you could see how strong the support level is down here at around 40 cents. So if you bought it, I would just wait for a bigger macro signal like the weekly or the monthly to pop back off. Then you average down on the position, right? If you bought it right here at 65, buy it again at 50, you're in it like 58 cents or whatever it might be with a target of $1. Nuclear stocks, I honestly don't know too much about them. I don't know too much about the nuclear industry. I got to do more research. I think the one I've been following is NNE. This is the one I've been following. It is on the watch list, so there's not a lot of data on it. Bull. Weeble's getting raked, dude. All-time lows. Sucks to suck. Holy smokes. Yeah, that's ugly. I mean, there's no telling where this thing's gonna bottom. It's at all-time lows right now. I don't like their bit. I tried Webull before and I just never liked their app. I thought it was confusing. I'd rather buy Robinhood. Robinhood's the future of freaking finance, dude. They are so big. They're doing a lot of stuff, but short right now. Oh, see, stocks look so bearish right now, dude. Look at that red dot on Robinhood. Ugly. Again, where was the time to buy Robinhood? Right back here in April. Green dot when everyone was panicking. I'm kicking myself. I remember looking at this at like 30 bucks and being like, this is probably a good buy. Went all the way up to 150 for a 500% move on the year. This thing's up 500% on the year, right? So people who bought down here are taking profits now, right? So that's why you see the sell pressure. So again, the weekly chart's going to be your friend here. The weekly and the monthly are your friend. They'll tell you the general direction in the macro. If it's red on the weekly and red on the monthly, the direction is down. We're bearish sentiment, right? Any bounces, any green days, we should be shorting. Do I do the prediction markets on Robinhood now? I think prediction markets are just gambling. I don't like to gamble. I don't like to gamble. I don't think our strategy is gambling. There might be a little argument to that, but we are more investing and buying and holding and not trying to, day trade, get rich quick and guess on a football game or whether Donald Trump's going to say tariff or not. Very nice. That looks like it, folks. I'm going to sign off here for the weekend. I hope you guys all have a blessed weekend. God bless you all. Go do something kind. Go do something nice. Go do something generous for somebody out there. We'll be back. Well, I'll be in the Discord here all weekend. If you guys need me, just hit up support chat over here. I'm happy to answer you guys' questions. Again, if you're new, take that trading course. Go watch the trading course. I got all the apps that you need to get started here. There's the link to start your Coinbase account. There's the link to start your Robinhood account. That's what I use to trade stocks. I trade crypto on Coinbase. I trade stocks and crypto on Robinhood. TradingView. TradingView is just the website that we use here, tradingview.com. You can start your account on that. We don't trade on Robinhood, or I'm sorry, on TradingView. We just chart, and then we execute our trades on Coinbase and Robinhood. But there's a link right here. That's my affiliate link. You guys can use it if you want. If not, not a big deal. And then obviously you guys can download the trading indicators. We talked about my entire trading layout by coming over here to the trading indicator tab. Click this link right here. It takes a couple of clicks, and all these indicators are going to load directly into your TradingView account. Again, if you guys are trading without indicators, without data, without technical analysis, you're literally throwing darts with a blindfold on. Okay, it's a lot easier to do this. It's a lot easier to manage your emotions when you are using indicators and previous data that we can place our trades on. So with that being said, hope to see you guys over here in the Discord this week. And again, have a blessed week. Go do something kind for somebody. Go out there and do good in the world. God bless you all. We'll see you guys on the live stream here on Wednesday for your chart requests. If you guys have those, if I missed yours, drop it over here in the chart request thread here, and I will get to these on Wednesday. I said I was going to get to these today. I think I did get to most of these, but I will cover these on Wednesday's live stream here, so drop them over here in the chart request section. If you guys can't type in the chart request section, there's a link right here where you can sign up to become a member of the Discord and drop your chart requests. You need to be a captain in order to drop chart requests now in the Discord. That gets you covered on Wednesday's live streams. We're live Wednesday and Friday right here on YouTube at 2 p.m. Pacific time. God bless you guys. I will see you guys Wednesday and over here in the Discord over the weekend. If you need me, just ping me. God bless you all, and we'll talk soon.